All right, hey guys, this is Coach Marcus Jones. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm one of the leaders here with Green Organics, which comprises goDesana and Heart by Naturals. And I want to welcome you to tonight's weekly business opportunity overview. We talk about financial freedom. We also like to let people know your future deserves more than one paycheck. So partner with us if you're out there looking for a way to increase your income and let's create something lasting together. A little bit about myself. I've been with the company for 7 years yesterday. I am a seven-figure earner with the company. I accomplished that number last year, and I recently crossed over seven figures with HBN by itself just 3 weeks ago. So it's been an amazing journey. I do this full time now, I guess. I worked in corporate America for 30 years, and my last employer, after 17 years and 4 months, they eliminated my position in September 2025. And as a result of that, I decided to not look for any jobs and to retire early from corporate America, so at least 10 years early. So this is what I do. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm one of the leaders here with the company. So thanks for being here. And for those of you who are coffee or tea drinkers, okay, we have a way for you to get paid to buy, drink, and share our coffee or share our tea products. Matter of fact, I'm having a cup of Nova Smart Coffee right now. This is my favorite coffee on the planet. If you guys want a healthy, organic, smart coffee that has medicinal superfoods in it but tastes really good, you got to get Nova. If you want to lose some weight, this is good. If you want to lose weight, we have Java Slim, which is our weight loss coffee. We also have three different tea products. Okay, so this is you literally can get paid to drink, to buy, drink, and recommend our coffee, which people do every single day. All right, so let's talk about what's happening in the economy. So I read an article today where Pizza Hut is closing 250 restaurants in the first half of this year. All right, 250 low performing restaurants are going to close for Pizza Hut. They already closed 68 in the UK last October. So that is over 300 people who don't have, I mean, 300 restaurants and several employees with no jobs. But here in America, credit card debt continues to rise because more and more Americans are relying on credit to meet their basic necessities, groceries, utilities, things like that. So the average credit card balance in 2025 in America was over $6,000, $6,500. The average cost of groceries has gone up, right? From 2024 through 2025, it went up 4%. Okay. And then I'm sure you guys, if you, the same $100 you spent on groceries in 2023 or 2024, okay, I'm sure you know since 2025, you weren't bringing home that many more groceries. You were bringing home less. I know for my instance, $100, I would fill up probably three bags back in 2023. Okay, now in 2024, those same products, I fill up maybe one bag. Okay, so we know costs are increasing. And we also know jobs aren't giving people pay raises. And if they do give them a raise, it's still not keeping up with inflation because guess what? You may get a 4% raise, but then you have taxes. And inflation could be what, 3%, 4%, wherever it is. You're coming out at a loss. And for the employers who are giving raises, they're doing what's called a peanut butter raise, where they give everyone across the company the same no, the same level of raise. So everyone receives a $500 raise, if that makes sense. That's called a peanut butter raise. All right. But the bad news, okay, is that costs are going to continue to increase. Okay. But the good news is we have the perfect solution to help you be able to comfortably absorb the increase in costs, right? So that's why you're here tonight. So when people are introduced to these opportunities, they ask some questions, and the purpose of this Zoom is to help to answer any questions, and hopefully you decide to partner with us. So the questions are, what is it? So you'll find out tonight what this is. Will it solve my problems? Yeah, we are a health and wellness company. So for people who have health issues, we have lots of solutions. And if you have money issues and if your finances are tight, we solve that problem too. Can I do it? This is something Most people already do anyway, just don't get paid for it. And I'll talk about that in a future slide. And will it be worth my time? It definitely will be worth your time, right? Our income disclosure, simple. I work hard. I don't know if you will work hard, so you might not earn any money. We never guarantee people will join us and make any money. We can't because we don't know how hard you're going to work. This is network marketing, so you have to put in the work, build your network, and build your income. But it is worth it. Okay, that salary on your job, that they pay you just enough, okay, to keep coming back, okay, and so you can take vacations, right? You can take one vacation a year. You can, maybe have some money in savings, but that job is not going to help you get rich. So they pay you just enough to keep coming back, but then they don't pay you too much so that you go away. They don't do that. They don't want you retiring early, right? They want you working for 40 years, right? So this is fun. Our medical disclaimer: your health is your responsibility, and informed choices start with education. The content in this presentation and in goDesana's and Heart by Natural's materials are not medical advice and have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration here in America. Our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and always consult your healthcare provider for medical guidance before using our products, especially if you have a pre-existing health condition. Okay. So people do that with marketing every day, but don't get paid for it. Just think about this. Think about the last time you made a recommendation or a referral of something you liked to people you know. Okay. I'm on social media. I'm sure you guys have seen people sharing things on Facebook they like. People watch movies on Netflix or TV series on Netflix and Hulu, and they share that stuff. People go to their favorite restaurants, or maybe they have a great doctor or dentist, and they recommend people go to that doctor or dentist or mechanic or movie or restaurant. Feel free to comment in the chat some of the things that you've personally shared with people, but don't get paid. Okay, so we simply show people how to get paid, okay, to share products they believe in with people they know. And if you are going to use a product that has gotten results for you, like weight loss or reduced your blood pressure or improve your blood sugar, and you have people in your life that are taking medications for that type of stuff, and you came off your medications, it's your duty to share it with them. Okay, so it just makes sense. Yeah, realtors, smart rings, people share all kinds of stuff, right? But don't get paid for it. I stopped doing it. Okay, if I find a way to get paid for nearly everything I share, right? That's called becoming an affiliate, right? That is great. So we show people how to get paid. So we found out most people want three things in life. Three things are good health, more income, time, freedom. If you agree with that, type one. If you agree with most people, want to be healthy. Okay, most people want more income coming in. They want more money, and most people don't want to trade their time for that money, right? They recognize that leveraged income is better than linear income, so that's why they look at this type of business model that can give them what they desire, right? So this is our social proof. I was having a conversation with one of our members in Canada this morning named Debbie. She's a goDesana member. She's excited because of the matrix with goDesana. She already has $15 just in passive income, and we had the discussion, and she wants to share that with her contacts to let them know goDesana pays without, and she has one person, and has spillover. We don't guarantee spillover, but this is our slide because we believe documentation beats conversation any day. So we have people all around the world who are building the business part-time and making decent incomes on a part-time basis. Some people work it very part-time because they have full-time jobs. Other people, no longer have a job, so they are the higher earners. Like Coach Will is approaching $2 million. Myself, I'll be approaching 1.5 million. Okay, so it's been an amazing experience over the years with these companies, and you can partner with us and someday have your thumbnail shown on here to show that, hey, what we have here, what we teach works. Right? Let me get to my next slide. Let me get that one. Let me close that. All right, so this is the only business where you can literally have a large income part-time. The gentleman on top, Coach Will, he's our first $100,000 earner with goDesana. He's our second seven-figure earner with HBN. I'm the third, right? So there's one more multiple seven-figure earner with HBN. So we're not the highest paid earners with the company, but we're living a great life. I was able to put my daughter through college, right? She's finished. Well, she's in her first year of her master's program, right? That's $40,000 to pay for that. Plus, I just paid $65,000 for her to get her graduate degree. So imagine this. Well, those of you who have kids, right, who are intending on going to college and maybe maybe they may not get an athletic scholarship or any type of scholarship, and you don't want them to have any debt. Just imagine if you were bringing in an extra $5,000, $10,000 a month on top of your job, you've been able to get them out of college debt free. That's what happened for my daughter. This is the only business where you can improve your health and help other people improve their health. This is the only business where you can help a lot of people improve their health, like I said, and make some money, right? So they can pay off debt. Okay, we have a lifestyle bonus program where once you qualify for a lifestyle bonus, that pays every week with HBN, and it starts at $75. Well, an extra $75 every single week, that's about $300 a month. That's almost $4,000 a year. Not many jobs are giving people raises for that amount. You can take that, knock off debt, save, invest. It's great. This business is the only one I know of where you can have a lot of fun doing it. We have our events in person. We have some playtime. We climbed a mountain in Colorado. We were just in Las Vegas last month. Fun. So if you're looking to make a lot of money, you want to help people, and you want to have fun, it just makes sense to partner with us. So if you want to get started right now, get back with the person that shared this information with you and tell them what you liked and partner with us so we can build something special. Now, would it be okay if you could improve your health, if you could generate an extra paycheck? I was about to skip that. The extra paycheck thing. Let's talk about that. Did you know you're spending money every single day? You are spending money every single day. Think about this. Every time you turn on your lights, you're spending money. Every time you turn on the water, every time you heat or cool your home, every time you drive your car, you are spending money. You're like, no, I don't. Yes, you do, because guess what? You receive your bill once a month, your electricity bill, your gas bill, right? Your water bill, you get that once a month, but they bill you every day. You're using it every day. So you're spending money every day. So you need to have additional income coming in to help you tackle that. And we get paid daily. Okay. Now, would it be okay if you didn't have to work a job for 40 to 50 years of your life? That's a long time. When I entered corporate America, I was 25, 26 years old when I finally graduated college. And I knew I was not going to work until I was 65 or 70. I knew that my target was 55 years old and be done. Okay. I missed it by 2 years, by 18 months, but I did it. Right. So would it be nice to not have to work that long and you can enjoy your time? I mean, yesterday, my wife and my daughter and myself went shopping for clothes in the middle of the day while everyone else was at work. It was the most amazing feeling. Pulled to the parking lot, right? Parking lot was virtually empty. Going to the stores we went to, there were hardly any people shopping because it's the middle of the day in the middle of the week. And then we went and had lunch. It's great. Okay, would it be okay if you could retire and stay retired? What I mean by that is retire people are reaching retirement age or they decide to retire and they're finding out their money is not keeping up with the cost of goods and services with inflation. We got the tariffs, stuff's costing more, guys. So a lot of retirees are going back to work, getting jobs, right? Going back to generating and earning linear income, trading their time for a paycheck. Wouldn't it be nice if you could retire and remain retired and call yourself gainfully unemployed? Myself, Coach Will was excited when I told him, hey, Coach, my last employer just eliminated my position today. He first thing he said was, "Welcome to the world of gainful unemployment, and you're going to love it." and it's amazing. I will never ever go back and get a job again. It's great. Now, if you're like I was, you heard about this type of business, people making a lot of money, you're skeptical. When I learned about network marketing, I was skeptical, right? And when in fact, there's a guy named Murray I knew. He was an accountant, okay, and he also had a network marketing business. And Murray had a Mercedes. He lived in this big house in California where we lived. He would always invite us to these meetings, okay, but we never went. He held them on Thursday night at a hotel. My wife and I thought Murray sold drugs. We thought he was a drug dealer, right? And it wasn't until I got involved in network marketing when I found out what company he was with and how well he was doing. So, and I joined my first company just to reduce my taxes, not for the money. And started meeting people like me that worked their jobs full time in corporate America. I did that for 30 years. For 22 years, I was in a management role in the insurance industry. Okay. So I started meeting people at those meetings. Some people during the training, they had their jobs because they were accountants and lawyers, very, high profile jobs. They were making more money in a week or a month than I made in a whole year. That is when I stopped being skeptical about this business model and figure if they can do it, I can do it. All right. So if you're like I was, sit back, relax, right? We only want to offer you one more option for generating income for your family. Now, after you hear this information tonight, it's perfectly fine to say no and not take advantage of getting healthier, okay, and bringing more cash flow to your family's household, right? So this is our vision. Our vision is to bring the power of plants, emotional, mental, and physical wellness to the people of the world. We also facilitate financial independence and personal growth worldwide. Right? Our mission is to capture 1% of the ever-growing $7.3 trillion health and wellness industry. Last year, I think it was 6.8 trillion, right? In 2024, well, yeah, 2025. This year, 7.3. We want to capture 1% of that pie. That's a lot of money. Okay. Our motto is dream, fight, win. You got to have a dream you want to fight for. As long as you don't give up and quit, you will come out with the win. So some qualifications though, for people that are looking at this business, you have to, number one, you have to care about your health. Okay. Number two, you have to be passionate and care and see the value in these products. Okay. And then the third thing, you have to understand that leveraged income is better than linear income. Okay, those are three qualifications. All right. Now, everybody needs a new way to earn money that works in this economy. We have it, and most people are open to this because during the pandemic, they discovered their incomes and their jobs wasn't safe. So we put together what we call is an online generating system that works for our current economy. Because during the pandemic, everything switched to online and we pivoted. The company grew over 300% during the pandemic and it has continued to grow because more products are being produced and Paul is always looking for ways to pay out more money. So we don't just earn income here. We created a system called the best system that generates income for us. And you can do that too. Now, we have hundreds of premium whole plants, cosmetic products. Those are go-go sticks. We have household products, we have personal care products, we have wellness products, and we have digital product. Okay, amazing. It works. The cool thing is, guys, you don't have to carry any of that inventory unless you want to. You don't have to buy a boatload of stuff and keep it in your garage or in a room in your house and try to sell it to make your money back. The company gives you websites for free. People go to your website. Okay, they make a purchase. The company is going to ship the physical products directly to your customer for you, and or if they do the feel good, be good, do good 9.95 subscription, the company's going to email them every single morning. Mine shows up at 12:04 a.m. Pacific time every day. My email. Great. So the company acts as your drop shipper. So you never have to carry any inventory. But the great thing about it is, guess what? Remember, I said you're spending money every day. Well, you get paid in real time. So if necessary, you can withdraw those commissions. You can transfer them either to your bank or put them on your Visa debit card the company gives you. Okay, that's why this opportunities. Opportunities work in this economy because people have real-time bills. So guess what? We have real-time pay. If that makes sense, okay, type one. If getting real-time pay to offset those real-time bills makes sense, type one for me. And I want to pause so I can have me a sip of my Nova coffee. What time is it? All right, 6:20. We're almost done. All right, so check it out. Most people are pre-sold on the opportunities because everybody I meet, they want to make more income. They want more income coming in. So I like looking at numbers. That's my management career. I was always looking at numbers and stuff. So the new car payments are almost $800 a month now. Back in 2015, it's about $500 a month. Used car payments are a little over $500 a month. Back in 2015, $400 a month for a used car payment. The average mortgage, that's where a lot of people are struggling because the interest rates are higher and housing prices are higher. So now the average mortgage is a little over $2,300. Back in 2015, it was about $1,100. Okay. Rent, $740. Back in 2015, it was around $1,286, right? So we know incomes are not keeping up with that because the average household income growth is over 10 years is 48%. That's before taxes. Before taxes. Okay, so we know most people would like more income, and we show people how to do that. So this is how it works. Between the companies, we get paid several ways. We have cash back, we have daily pay, we have weekly pay, there's monthly pay, right? So with goDesana, we have cash back up to 30%. We have our forever retail commissions. Those are 30% plus any overrides you qualify for. Then there's matrix income. We have a 6% matrix payout, which is the highest in network marketing. Okay. Then there's matrix match income up to a 56% match. Okay, and then there are the Power Three bonuses. So those are some amazing ways to get paid and good passive leveraged residual income. It just makes sense. Now, with HBM is the company I made over $1 million with HBM by itself, $1 million part time, right? When I joined the company in 2019, I set a goal to initially make enough money to pay my mortgage each month. I was living in Phoenix. I did that my first month. And then as my income grew, I set a goal to match my income on my full-time job. And I was a six-figure income earner. That's part of the reason why they eliminated my position because I was making too much money. So anyway, it took me 3 years to get to the point to where my income exceeded the income on my job. So when they told me they were eliminating my position, I smiled. I wasn't sad. So HBN has the cashback program up to 30%. The customer sales bonus is up to 30% plus any overrides. Those are matching bonuses. Our binary bonus can be 4% or 12% plus overrides. The binary with HBN doesn't flush at the beginning of each month like a lot of companies. It's a running 90-day total as long as your account stays active. Then we have our star matrix bonus. Okay, who has received the star bonus this month? This is what, the fifth day of the month? A lot of people should have received theirs, right? I know I've received several. I think I've received over $2,000 this month just in star bonus payments. $2,000, that's somebody's salary already. $2,000 by the fifth day of the month. I've already earned almost a little over, probably around $2,100 in star bonuses. That's passive income, right? Then we have our lifestyle bonus. This pays every Monday. Okay, it starts at $75 a week, goes up to $5,000 a week, but that can be an extra $260,000 a year if you qualify for that. Okay. Then we have our leaderboard bonus, right? If you are on the top 10 and on the leaderboard, you can receive $100 to $1,000. And then there are the Power Three bonuses, and the company wants to give out even more money, right? So we have a 90-day fast track promo where you can earn an extra $20,000 between now and March 31st, which is great. So the HBN pay plan is very fair, is very aggressive, and is very balanced. I see all you guys who receive your star bonuses. Thanks. Thank you for commenting. Now, let's talk about the products. So most people are pre-sold on the products because I think everybody wants to be healthy and live long, right? If you agree, just type healthy or live in the chat if you agree with that. Now, did you know about 95% of people walking around are nutrient deficient, right? Their body isn't getting the required necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, not getting that. Okay. And so what happens is, we have products that meet your body's nutrient deficiency. Matter of fact, we have 5 products that meet all 90 of the recommended essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and things like that. Okay. Now, what happens when your body doesn't get what it needs, everything else becomes harder. You have less energy, lower mood, weaker immune system, okay, faster aging, and higher disease risk. Okay, that's what happens. So we have 5 products. You just need 5 products that can meet your body's daily nutrition needs. Okay, so if you guys have questions about what those 5 are, get with the person that shared this information with you. They can tell you what those 5 products are. Take them every day. I'm telling you, folks, you will feel better. Now, you have 2 choices. Okay, you can say you can say no to what we just shared tonight and keep your life exactly the same. And the thing about life, guys, things never stay the same. They either get better or they get worse. It's just like a house. If you don't maintain your house, okay, it's going to break down. Or you have to maintain your house daily or weekly, okay, for it to maintain its structure and look good. Same with your health, same with your finances. But it's okay to say yes to the opportunity and change your life forever. So before you make your decision, ask yourself this one question. Just think about this. What will happen if I don't take action now? Just think about that. Okay. Now, here's a value. We always like sharing value. So for as little as $9.95 a month, okay, that's the feel good, be good, do good subscription with goDesana. You have multiple ways to earn income, world-class products, a global business, we're worldwide, a personal online store with both companies, give you websites. That's about $5,000 for that. No inventory and no shipping. Lead capture pages, that's $3,000. Email tools, that's 1,000. Automated systems, that's 8,000. Comprehensive training, free. That's $10,000 right there. $1 million training. Okay, that's $15,000. A simple duplication blueprint that has already been put in place and works, that's $20,000. A supportive community, that's priceless, and so much more. So the value for a membership for as little as $9.95 a month, right, is valued over $60,000. That is a tremendous return on investment, right? Tremendous. So now I'm finished, right? I've talked about the opportunity, right? I've talked some about the products. Now the ball's in your court, okay? If the information are you an A, B, or C? So an A is what you heard tonight. It makes sense. You're ready to get started. Or you're a B. Your B is you have some questions, but you're ready to get started. On February 4th, 2019, I was sitting in my office in Phoenix, Arizona, on the 11th floor. I had a view of downtown Phoenix. Great view, by the way. My dog Daisy was miniature schnauzer, 8 years old. We had to put her to sleep. I'm sitting at my office in my office at my computer crying as I signed up for free. All right. I asked no questions. I signed up for free on February 4th, 2019. Now, over 7 figures later, I'm happy I did that. I got my questions answered afterward. Okay, so and that could be you. Or you're a C. You're not interested in earning more income, but would like to use a product. So what I want you to do once I stop this recording and stop the Zoom, get with the person that invited you to watch this information. Tell them what you liked about the information, and then also let them know if you are an A, a B, or a C, so we know exactly how to get you started. Now, if you partner with us, we always like to let people know you will be in business for yourself, but never by yourself. So with that being said, get with the person that shared this information with you. Let them know what you liked about the information, and then let them know if you are an A, a B, or C. With that being said, that concludes tonight's discussion, and I will see you next week. Have a good night. Bye.